Welcome back, folks, to Dameceles' Let's Play of Triangle Strategy. We took out Patriot! Finally.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital.
Actually, thinking about it, they totally avoided the subject because they wanted the whole inner faction drama tension with the citizens. But I would think all of those paid mercenaries, guards, royalist guards, they'd all die. I still don't think that kid would be able to get away. Maybe Roland could like explicitly pardon her, but and yay, our friends are back.
But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
Frederica, please tell me Jerome is safe. Oh no! Benedict, is our dad dead? Who even knows? I sure don't. Oh, it's going right into the cutscene. That's what I was suspecting. Oh, Whiteholm Harbor. We've never seen this map.
What is so important you wish to speak to me alone?
Is he dead? Did he die?
Lord Serenoa, promise me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news.
I knew it. I knew it. Okay.
Your Lord Father has passed.
I knew it. Alright, so that... I suppose knowing that, although you couldn't know that blind, that is what puts the urgency on that option. Is he's going to die. So it would be Serenoa's last chance to talk to him. Sure is awkward leaving those other situations alone, though.
What? But how? I thought he was recovering.
It was not the illness that took him, my lord. He was assassinated.
Wait, what?
Assassinated?
By who?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
Who were they? Is it you, Benedict?
Who would
I
send
doubt
someone
that.
to kill
but,
my
know.
father? And why?
It was Patriot of the Royalists.
So if you're not here beating his butt into the ground, you would be at home like, Dad, hey! And then a royalist assassin shoots. Oh my gosh! Well, I mean, they were constantly like, you gotta worry about those vassals. They'll come up and sure teach you what for. They're a danger. And then he goes around assassinating people. Great.
He believes House Wolford a hindrance to King Roland's rule.
Sure he believed that, except that he was also very willing to kill Roland. Extremely willing.
No doubt, he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
Oh, I guess he was lobbing accusations at Serenoa specifically. Oh, man.
A hindrance?
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this.
Oh, just like he didn't know about the physician's stuff. Poor
But
Roland.
disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war.
Wait, why not purge the royalists? Well, I guess you can put this squarely at Patriot's feet. Yeah, basically.
It is best you hide the fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
Wow. Here's a secret. Lock it up in your heart and throw away the key.
You want me to say he succumbed to his illness?
Oh my...
How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
Wow, this is pretty heavy.
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
Oh boy, what is it?
What did he say?
He asked me to tell you the truth.
The truth. The truth?
The truth about what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord. You are not Lord Simon's son by blood. Your true father is King Regna.
Ah!
His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra. That child is you.
He's a royal bastard. Oh my gosh, Regna. Couldn't keep it in your pants. You have 3 kids with your official wife. Oh man. Wow. See.
Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king.
Ignoring that, he decided he wanted to get that nookie.
Or indeed keep her head once the royalists discovered what had happened. Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolfort.
And they never had a kid of their own. Just Serenoa.
He and I were the only 2 who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves.
But then all this nonsense happened.
But in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
They had one of those rings made for him? How was that keeping a secret?
Glenbrook.
Oh my gosh.
King Regna entrusted it, and you, to Lord Simon, as proof of your place in the royal line.
Sure did.
Is this truly who I am?
I know it may be difficult to accept.
No, I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me. Thank you for telling me what my father wished me to know.
What my father wished to know.
You would still call him father?
He's the man who raised him. While the other one might be the biological contributor. Obviously, the man who was his family was his father. And he named him his son.
And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others.
Oh, Sereno, I sure hope you think in your heart that he's your dad. Hope so.
Especially in front of Roland. This stays between us, Benedict. We must keep the truth of my parentage and this ring safe.
Shouldn't you keep that ring like somewhere else? So it'll never be found.
Of course, my lord, as you command.
Benedict has rejoined the party! Woo! Oh my goodness. Well, Regna, you had more than just corruption going on.
Serenoa, I would speak with you before we meet with the others.
How old was Farney? If he was old enough, Serenoa definitely happened after he was already born. So after Regna was formally married. Unless they're the same-ish age? Oh yeah, speaking of, you know another character who's 17? Frederica.
Is something the matter? I was led to believe the Rosellan village escaped all but unscathed.
Please tell me they're okay.
Pray, look at this.
A book?
We recovered it from a band of brigands. It once belonged to the Esfrosti archives.
Oh, right. Gustav mentioned how it was her mom's, but those two horrible brats had kept it from her. Man, I don't know. Sure seems like Gustav doesn't give a hoot. He cares enough to hire Gila, but not enough to make sure Frederica isn't close to snapping and taking them all out with poisoned wine? I don't know.
It was authored by one Orlea, my mother. Inside is the truth about the Roselle. Nay, about all Norzelia.
Alright, lay it on me. What's the truth?
The truth? How would your mother have that knowledge?
The Rosellan people have long passed down the secret of the salt. My mother was a chosen keeper of that history.
Oh, okay, so oral history?
In ancient times,
No,
the
wait, that's a
Roselle
book.
lived in the southernmost reaches of Norzelia, in a place called Centralia.
Okay, yes, great. This answers my question. Personally, I'd say the Roselle are not Byzantian locals. Like, they're not a local minority that lives specifically in Hyzant. They lived in this place, so they must have gotten taken.
It is said Centralia was on the shore of a vast expanse of salt water they called the sea.
Okay. Remember one of those earlier videos where I was desperately looking around the map to observe and find out if I could see the sea? Well, I guess this answers that question.
Back then, the Norzelia we know was at the bottom of that sea, but a cataclysm dried up all the water, and thus this land came to be.
Wait, what? You lived in Centralia, which was on the sea. Something frickin' dried up the sea. That's a lot of drying. Was it, Team Lava? Did they have the brilliant idea of getting rid of the sea? That's, wow, what?
The salt crystallized and sank into the earth, the very earth we now walk upon.
Okay, is this the fantasy world lore? Cause, gonna have to think if that's accurate to some of the rock salt we have. Like, we've got some of the dry salt plains, but I'm not sure all the rock salt we have is left over from water. I guess it. No, I'd have to do research. I don't want to say.
Salt beneath our feet.
Rock salt.
After the
maybe.
cataclysm, only one small lake of salt remained. War raged on and on as people fought to control it. The Roselle tried to stop the fighting by digging up a giant pillar of salt to show everyone the secret they had long kept.
Wait, so... it was a secret? But wouldn't everyone have a history with the whole, it was once water, and then it wasn't? Haha.
But Hyzant, whose power over Norzelia came from controlling the lake and the salt it produced, could not allow the truth to get out.
This is a weird timeline she's presenting. So, these were Rosellians living in Centralia, post-sea evaporation, who moved and then became exposed to Hyzant's influence. They were already controlling the lake and the salt. Not in the way the game currently has it, but terrible.
They captured the Roselle, branded them criminals who tried to seize control of the salt for themselves, and confined them to the lake.
Okay, I still think that's super stupid that they're like, they never leave the lake. That's a gross thought. You know what happens to water when you put direct human sewage in?
And what of the pillar?
Uh-oh. Zooming in.
Hyzant stole it and hid it inside the very statue of the goddess that towers over the source.
How can you be certain?
Oh,
During the uprising, my mother broke the statue and recovered a fragment of the pillar within.
okay, so that's where the current tiny salt crystal is from.
The salt crystal found in the Rosellan village. Incredible. If what you say is true, the teachings are a lie. This will shake Hyzant to its very foundations.
Hey, we've got super duper blackmail on Hyzant now.
And we would be able to free the Roselle from their imprisonment at the source.
Oh, we'd have to cut our way in and out. So bloody. Wait, I'm still the stupid Minister of Salt. Can't I get some bureaucratic wheels going? Even if I'd have to
With
BS
so much
it.
at stake.
Get 'em
We
out.
must be careful in what we do now. Frederica, I would ask for more time to think this through.
Think through. Let's see what her reply is.
Of course. I have every faith in House Wolford. And in you.
And she trusts us at least. That's nice. And Frederica's rejoined the party. Heavy, but not as heavy. I don't. Heavy in a different way. In a geopolitical way. Genocide way? I'm still confused on this timeline. We do have all those lore notes I haven't looked at.
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors.
And that was our adventure. Oh, gosh.
The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolfort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you
The
plan to do about the
secrets.
royalists who misappropriated supplies?
Jail. For 1,000
As far
years.
as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those
Wow,
among them who
Roland.
support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
While I'm like, hit the road. Maybe you should look at how much they did? Like, Patriot was out of control. You might be able to slap super big taxes and big fines. And maybe some community... shoot, what am I trying to think? You know, when you go pick up trash by the road. Community service, that's it. On, like, the very small... Where are they going to go, though? Exile. Where would they go?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Yeah, a lot of things happened in the capital. It was pretty dramatic.
Nothing you need concern yourself with.
No. Tell her.
But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
I think it's still weird that they don't have some big myth about it. It's like there are some myths in real life that are a little bit broad, where you can find it in more than one society. Usually, you know, they have different characters and different takes, but like the core thing, such as the earth flooding, you know.
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea?
Wait, would that be mountains now?
That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia?
Wait, does that mean we're in a giant, like, valley thing? Crater?
Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins?
I mean, that's obvious. That's blatantly obvious.
That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
The teaching... Well, it is based on a salt goddess. So, I don't know if they have any other precepts. Most JRPG religions are only as detailed as they need to be like, ha! Dunk it as a falsehood! Woo! They don't have any, like, advice for living day-to-day life or laws or whatever.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The source?
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
So what, explaining things? You didn't know about that flood.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
I really wonder if it was an oral tradition, but then when she moved to Aesfrost, she learned their language and writing, so to write it down. And then she was sent back.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
Aha! So that's what her pendant is. Well, good to know. I've honestly been like, what is that pendant?
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
I mean, there are those out there, but...
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
Oh, do you mean here or in Aesfrost?
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzelian mines.
Oh, yeah, we still haven't gone back there.
But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
Oh my gosh, you guys are like sending, what, 2 at a time? Of course they're not gonna return.
Those frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines.
Roland is definitely starting to get a little bit too trigger happy when it comes to just Frosty army things. I mean, it's hard to blame him, but he's using language that is like, Roland, don't do that.
I need you and your people beside me.
Oh,
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
dang it. Alks. Wish you weren't gone. Landroy. Oh, well. I don't think there's a way to save him. Oh my gosh, we're still going. We're still going. Meanwhile, inside the mines. The mines with the MacGuffin. Look at all those
Extraction is
Frosty.
nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told.
Huh?
Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites. Hurry it up. We need to be done here before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Too late.
Sir.
Fate completed. That was just a chapter to sum up everything else. Well, unlike the very start of the game, we are rolling from one cutscene into another. And honestly, I feel like for pacing, that's better. Although I sure hope you have the time to sit through it. We're going to cut this off here, though. I'll see you guys next time.